100%. Cheers. Summer bears are here. We like to get queer. The summer bears. What song is that?
I think it's Summer Bears.
It's summer, guys.
It's summertime.
Tommy is back in his home state, living here full time. He left Texas. The boys are going to be raised soft. Pronouns. Shit like that.
Yeah, man.
Your boys are going to see Rogan's girls, and they're going to be more manly than your boys.
For sure.
I love that you're back here and you just left Texas and you don't live there at all.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's a warm welcome back. I like my summer attire.
How great is it? Waking up, surfing with the boys.
That was awesome today. Yeah.
Does Push go out?
She did not go out with us. She met us there, but she was doing something, so she met us there. But it was really fun. It was fun to the little dudes, dude. Little dudes don't struggle to pop up on a board at all. They're just like, boop. They're just up. The guy told me, because we went out with an instructor, because I was like, damn, they got up right away. He goes, dude, if you go down to Huntington Beach, he goes, you will see 6 and 7-year-olds that are doing stuff that you see like pro surfers do. Because those kids get on a board when they're like 3. So by the time they're 7, he's like, they're unbelievable.
Dude, keep them doing this.
Yeah, I know.
How cool would it be if we had grown? I mean, I grew up surfing, but not like as a child where you pick it up initially and then you'll never forget it.
I know. We've been going like multiple times a week. So
what are other things? Like today, I guess Luis J. Gomez is one of the most fascinating guys in the entire world.
Uh-huh.
He is such a fucking anomaly of a human being. He trains professionally to fight and he has no fights lined up every day.
Yeah.
He has been teaching his son to box his whole life.
Yeah.
Today I'm watching his son hit gloves. His son's a grown man, by the way, 5'8", 11 years old.
Okay.
Fucking a man. And he is fucking, Lewis is calling out combos and he's like, ta, 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 ta.
Yeah.
What other things can we do with these boys of yours? What's this? What other things? Like, this is so cool. If they grow up surfing, the rest of their fucking life, they will surf. They will just go to Hawaii, Tom, and go surf. That's it.
I mean, it's awesome. Like, Ellis loves jujitsu. So he's bumped up a couple belts already. Like he's been really progressing in that. And then Julian loves drums, so he plays drums like crazy. And he's got such great rhythm and a great ear.
Did our dads not love us?
I don't know. He was telling baseball. He's telling the surf instructor, he's like, you like David Bowie? And the instructor's like, do I like David Bowie? He's like, yeah. He's like, do you? He's like, well, yeah, man. Like he's like, he was really ahead of his time. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, he's so into it. It's hilarious.
Dude, what? I'm having, I told you this downstairs, but I'm having real FOMO.
Yeah, for like parenting stuff.
Dude,
yeah,
Sebastian's in fucking Corsica with his kids. His wife, did you see Sebastian's wife doing a handstand on the edge of an infinity pool?
No.
I almost wanted to hit my wife and go, you can't do anything. Pull Sebastian's wife. Fucking Lana is doing a goddamn handstand. I'm going to say casually, everyone knows Lana's gorgeous, but she looks fucking incredible. Look at her.
It's pretty nuts.
She's doing a fucking handstand. Leanne couldn't even stand on the edge of an infinity pool.
Yeah, you should definitely.
Look at that. This is why fucking Instagram needs to shut down. I'm looking at this. Now go to fucking Andrew Schultz. Look at this. Look, they look great. Clean clothes, no stains, no ice cream stains.
No ice cream stains.
Look, he's got the kids. He's got the little dad bag. He's got the golf cart. They're on a goddamn boat.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They're on a fucking boat. She looks amazing. Look at that. A little fun kid car.
Hotel du Cap.
Maybe we shouldn't tell everyone where he's staying.
Well, it's on the Instagram.
Oh, yeah, it's on Instagram. Now go to Andrew Schultz. Look at this. Fucking in Ibiza. Go. I don't know why. This is all promo stuff. Get out of here. Does he have 2 accounts? Oh, well, never mind. Oh, go to his stories. Okay, look at that. Beautiful little girl, Ibiza, Spain. I've never been to Ibiza. Go to the next one. Look at this.
Oh, yeah,
Just a bunch of fucking New York Jews swimming in the ocean.
Having a good time.
Don't even care about Gaza.
Yep.
And then look at this. Fucking great food.
Oh, yeah.
Look at cocktails in the afternoon. No one's counting drinks. Look at Dub. Spilling on his shirt like a regular American. This is killing me. And then, of course, he's got a snorkel on. This guy doesn't belong in the ocean. But the fish, he's panicked. This is New York for you. He's like, what the fuck? I'm going to get the piranhas.
Scared.
The piranhas. Is that Dove? And then look at this. Everyone's young and beautiful. The kid's got a nanny. Kids going taking a nap and they're partying balls.
They're having a great time, man.
And they're singing Neil Diamond in Ibiza. What an authentic Spanish experience. But look at this. I'm having such fucking FOMO, Tommy.
Yeah. Well, you can take a vacation.
No, I can't.
Well, that's true.
I can't.
Well, actually, we both really have to stop soon because it's probably a good time to mention that we both have huge obligations this summer that are going to take us away from vacations and anything else.
I'm only here right now to film some episodes to go back to work.
They're going back to work.
I've
Why don't you say what you're doing?
I'm living in Atlanta this summer for 2 months, shooting a television show for Netflix. It's called Free Bert. It's you can find the write-up on it. I'm not going to tell you about it. I hope you enjoy it. But it's and you. I'm not. Can you say what you're doing?
Yeah, now I can. So it's such a. I've always said it's such a weird business where they're always like, "Don't say anything." And you're like, "Okay," and then they publish an article, and then they're like, "Okay, now you can talk." And you're like, what? Okay, but anyway, so at this point, it's already out. So I'm shooting a movie this summer. And we're shooting in New Mexico. It's called El Tigre.
Can I talk a little bit about the movie because
sure.
So obviously we're trying to figure out our schedules for this summer, and we're both working with people that Tom's making a big fucking movie, and I said to someone, they're like, "What happens with Two Bears?" And we're like, we have no idea.
Yeah,
because you're in New Mexico, I'm in Atlanta, and we don't have the kind of, I mean this for real, we don't have the kind of budgets where we can just go, hey, let's take privates and meet each other in Austin.
No, it's crazy.
We're really kind of just trying to get shit done.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's Tom doing?" And I go, "I don't fucking, some movie." You know how I don't listen.
Yeah.
And then I go, "It's fucking like El Tigre or something." And all of a sudden, everyone's ears perked up. This is what's cool about this movie.
Really?
And we can edit this out if you want. This movie, this script has been around for like 20 years.
Like, not quite 20, but probably a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah. And every huge movie star has tried to get it made.
Yeah.
Everyone has wanted to do this script. And at some point, it just falls through the cracks for everyone. Everyone has tried to get this. Everyone. Yeah. Fucking, when I say everyone, you go, that guy? Yes, him.
Yeah.
Everyone has tried. And now you're making that movie.
I'm making that movie.
And I'm so fucking excited.
I'm so excited too, man.
I know that I'm not even saying the premise. I don't know if you can say the premise.
Yeah.
But like, it is a great premise. It is a great premise for you.
It's a very appeal. Like when I read it, it's so funny. The two writers, Teddy Riley, Aaron Bauschbaum, wrote it. And it was like their first thing they ever wrote. Now they've done a bunch of like TV animation and a bunch of script. Like they have a bunch of stuff going on now. But this was their first script. And it's like, it was tied up somewhere. You know, there was like studio, you had to kind of like break it. It was a whole thing. But we finally got it. And El Tigre is, it's a cartel comedy. I can tell you that. Like it's so funny. When I read it, I was like, oh my God, I would love to make this movie. I actually cannot believe that we're really making it.
A lot of people can't believe you're making it. A lot of people are excited for the movie to come out.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like pumped. And the fact that like, I feel like after watching Bad Thoughts, I know all your strengths. I know what you're good at. I know like you're just such a talented actor.
Oh, thanks,
and
man.
It's going to be fun. I'm so excited for it.
Well, so we were thinking that, you know, you have your show, I have this movie. We're both off the grid, so to speak. We want to keep podcasts coming out. So we thought a fun thing to do would be, why don't we ask some friends to do episodes for us?
Yeah. And we have so many great friends that do podcasts.
Yeah.
That you know, we can lean into, that are, you know, either in Austin or New York or LA. So we thought it'd be fun for you guys to get into the comments right now and tag who you'd love to see as guest bears.
Yeah.
And then we'll read all of those. And then Tom and I are going to pick who we want and not care who you want.
Right. We'll see your suggestion.
We'll see them, but we aren't going to listen to them.
We'll eventually just listen to our own hearts.
Yeah.
And we'll pick people
we'll pick Chris Distefano and Stavros.
Okay.
That's it. By the way, two of the funniest fucking dudes in the world.
Yeah.
Two of our favorite. Honestly, they're two, like we said, who do you want? And I think Chris Distefano is the funniest guy on a podcast ever.
Oh my God.
Everything he ever says makes me laugh. He is so fucking quick.
He played blackjack with me this weekend. We were both in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And he'd never played blackjack before. And he was doing, it's just like that thing when you're like, do you know what you're doing? And it's like, no. And he's, taking a hit on 18 and he gets a 3, like shit like that. And you're like, what the fuck, man? Like just killing it and then lost it all. But he was doing just incredible. And he was so ridiculous.
Oh,
like with the deal. I was just like crying, laughing.
He is one of the funniest human beings, top to bottom, that I've ever seen. And I just watched an episode of him and Stavy together.
Yeah.
They were talking about Catholic school.
Yeah.
And Stavy is my spirit animal. He makes me giggle harder than anyone.
So funny.
And we thought that's who we want. So we're going to call them.
Yeah. Should we call one now? I'll call Chrissy.
FaceTime.
Let's see here.
And we'll see if we can get them to do maybe 4 episodes, just 4 episodes while we're shooting our shows.
Yeah.
I know I'm gone for 2 months. Tom's gone for 2 months.
Should we FaceTime or just
FaceTime? No one fucking phone calls anybody. You know FaceTiming for fucking Father's Day?
Who?
Shaq.
He did? That's awesome.
Yeah. This cough sounds good.
Had
it for 10 weeks.
Let's see. 10-week cough is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that long COVID? Is that what that's called?
It's long COVID. I've lost my sense of smell and sense of taste.
Oh, good.
I've had COVID for quite a while now.
How many years?
This is my 10th time getting COVID. Cool. And yeah, I think I might have the record.
All right. Well, this is what happened when I FaceTimed.
Was that who you FaceTiming?
Distefano. You want to try Stavy?
Mm-hmm.
Summer spending creeping up on you between pool parties, patio dinners, and endless iced coffees. It all adds up fast. But Summer of DashPass on DoorDash is here to save the day with deals so good, it's scary. Summer of DashPass is back from June 26th through July 30th, and it's packed with deals on everything you're already ordering. Local eats, groceries, stuff from your favorite stores, and more. Keep on saving with 0 delivery fees and reduced service fees on eligible orders. Here's the thing, man. You don't have to go out. You can sit on the couch. You can enjoy your summer. You can actually just be there and have somebody bring it to you, no matter what it is. So just do it. Order on DoorDash and save big during Summer of DashPass. Sign up today. DashPass benefits apply only to eligible orders. Terms apply. Check daily for massive summer savings on restaurants, groceries, and brands from June 26th through July 30th. Sign up for DashPass now if you aren't already a member and enjoy a summer full of savings. DashPass benefits apply only to eligible orders. Terms apply.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Workplace stress is now one of the top causes of declining mental health, with 61% of the global workforce experiencing higher than normal levels of stress. To battle stress, most of us can't wave goodbye to work, but we can start small with a focus on wellness. I'll tell you right now, for me, one of the things that make me feel better overall is working out. It's working out and getting done and sitting in the sun, getting a little vitamin D, and then walking to work. Holiday is great, but it isn't a long-term solution to stress. Don't forget that therapy can help you navigate whatever challenges the workday or any day might bring. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works. With an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. Also, and this is why I'm telling you about it, and I would not if this wasn't true, it is convenient. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit your therapy into your busy life, not vice versa. You're not changing your life for your therapy, and you can switch therapists at any time. I found out that working out and walking to work was better for me through therapy. All the stuff that serves me, I find out in therapy. I talk through everything in therapy. I write down things that bother me For instance, and I only say this because I think this is important, I had an issue that came up with me and Leanne, and I chose not to bring it up with her because I knew we weren't going to solve it. And I said, I'm going to bring this up in therapy when it's a couple days away. And I'm telling you, therapy is amazing. And as the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/bears. That's betterhelp.com/bears. Guys, we enter the room dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And you do not have to have them on hand right when it happens. You can take them beforehand and get ready for it. These things are awesome. They work and they are a go-to. I don't want to get too specific. All I will say is the other day I felt like I to take down a tree with my dick. Guys, this isn't just about performance. This is about legacy or third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. You know she's texting her college friends about how you're laying it down. When you lay it down, they're going to talk about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code BEARS at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity to one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And I would like to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Hey, Siri, FaceTime Stavy. Oh, Scott Stapp. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's FaceTime Scott Stapp.
Oh, here's Chris.
Oh, hold on. God damn it.
Hey, handsome.
Hey, what's up, man? Sorry, I missed the call. I was texting one on the subway.
That's cool. We're doing a podcast. Look, it's me and Bert. We're telling the audience here that you're going to be doing.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, Bert?
We're telling people that you guys are going to be doing some guest episodes for us. So everyone here is excited.
Yes, I'm pumped to do it with. I believe I'm with Stavros.
Yeah, perfect.
And I'm also happy to be on FaceTime with Bert Kreischer's feet.
Yeah, there they are. He's got fresh painted nails. He's real excited, dude.
I love it, dude. But Mahams Amdami would love that.
So we're gonna every week we're gonna send you guys 5 talking points we want to hear you guys talk about, and then you can talk about whatever.
Amazing, dude. I'm gonna do all that, and then I'm gonna yell "fucking lightning strike" at the end of every episode.
How was the 4:30 show in Atlantic City?
The 4:30 show in Atlantic City was what we like to call in the business a mistake.
Was it a disaster?
Well, it was. Well, I mean, for me, I was having fun because I was on Rogue Nicotine, so I was absolutely flying. Dude, this is how crazy Rogue Nicotine made me. It made me actually have sex with a woman.
That's crazy.
So Jasmine and I had sex because I was on Rogue Nicotine.
Yeah.
And it was that 4:30 show. I was happy to all the people who came. Tickets were nice, but I mean, what a disaster to do a show at 4:30 in Atlantic City, spinning off nicotine.
Yeah, dude. Because
did Tommy get you hooked?
Huh?
Did Tommy get you hooked?
Tommy got me fucking hooked, and I'm telling you what, if I was on Rogue Nicotine looking at this right now, I'd be coming in my pants.
Look at that. Shirtless dude in fucking New York.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Nice V. Yeah.
Fucking that's Gary V-Pack.
So now Jazz is probably trying to get you on those Rogues since you become attracted to her.
100%, man. I was letting it fly in there. It was crazy, dude.
Good.
I was calling my low bunk busters.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome, man.
So cool, man. Fucking New York is so cool.
It's the best. Well, look, we're super excited, dude. We love you. Thank you for doing those episodes for us. We couldn't be more excited.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully, Alan Aldean will keep texting me.
I hope so too. All right, I'll talk to you soon, bro. All right,
Later, boys.
bye.
Oh my God.
He's such
Why
a
don't we get
lunatic.
adult acne on my cheeks?
On your cheeks?
Yeah, like right here and right here. I'm like, I put pimple patches on them. I don't even think those fucking things work.
Are those ingrown hairs, maybe?
I think they might be. One was Stabby's. I have a feeling Stabby's sleeping.
I think he's on set.
Oh, are they shooting?
I think he's doing something, yeah.
Well,
he might call you back.
He'll call back, but we've got Stabby, we've got Chris.
Yeah.
They're our summer bears. They're doing us a favor. And it's very cool of them. So go check out. I mean, Stabby's amazing in fucking tires.
Yes.
Episode 7 of Tires is my favorite episode of television I've ever seen. I was so impressed by that series. Got so. What's the matter? Oh, is that Stabby's number? I was giving it out to everyone. I was so impressed by this season of Tires. It was so good.
Really?
Yeah. I texted. It was really good. Anyway, you know what I was thinking? You know what's crazy? I don't know. This is a weird thought, but I was looking at like when we were comics versus when these guys are comics. And I feel like...
What do you mean when we were comics?
When we were... Oh God.
When we were new comics?
No, when we were their age.
Oh.
Like when we were their age. Like
Yeah.
what's Chris? 32?
Chris Distefano?
Yeah, they're like...
No, he's
30s.
like 40.
No.
Yeah, he's like 40, 41.
No, there's no fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, he's 40, okay.
Yeah.
But like, whatever happened to the middle class of comedy?
The middle class.
Like the middle class. Like when we were like, how about this? Forget ages. When we were like 12 years in.
Yeah.
15 years in, 12 years in.
Okay.
Everyone was doing clubs.
Yeah.
Everyone was making $2,500.
Right.
And there was, and maybe the most, maybe guys were making 6,000, maybe guys were making 25,000, but there weren't a lot of people making crazy money. And then all of a sudden, something happened with comedy. I don't know if it was podcasting, but the wage gap is just so far.
It's so enormous.
There's no middle class anymore. Like even like these guys are all doing arenas and huge theaters and shit like that. Like it's kind of crazy to me. And I was wondering, what do you think? I mean, and then like the other day on Sunday, I'm sitting in my backyard and I'm not working. You know, I'm having coffee. I have nothing to do on Sunday. And I opened the New York Times app, and 3 of my friends are in the New York Times.
Yeah.
3, like, and they're not, and they're, I mean, like they're all doing very, very big things, but they're not like 30-year comics. And we're not talking about Seinfeld. It was Shane, Schultz, and Dave Smith are all in the New York Times. Separately. Shane, I mean, I didn't read the articles, but I only read Dave Smith's article. But I didn't read the articles because I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. And if it's positive or negative, I don't want it to affect.
You don't know what the articles were even about?
Schultz was, I think Schultz reposted his.
Uh-huh.
That's where I caught it. It was about Schultz being, I really don't know.
Okay.
I really didn't. I mean, I kind of glanced
and
over it.
Was Shane's about his show?
Yeah, but I think it was good.
Okay. And what was the Dave? This is a great summary.
The Dave one.
Yeah.
He's America's foremost political journalist. That's what the majority of it was all about. He's like a political journalist now. Schultz is.
Uh-huh.
So is Theo, and so is Dave. Dave's was a negative piece. I started reading Dave's. I like Dave. I don't know Dave's politics. I don't know if they always line up with mine, but I like Dave's opinions. I really like Dave's opinions.
Right.
Because I know he thinks about the things he says. He doesn't just say shit wild. He doesn't just
There he is.
He died.
He's dead?
He died at 72.
Shit. That's cool.
It's a different.
I didn't
Dave
even know
Smith.
he was in the synthesizers like that.
No, it's a different Dave Smith.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's I don't know, Dave Smith. It's got to be Dave Smith. I just read it Sunday.
Okay. Maybe do Dave Smith comedian?
Yeah. I would definitely say something about Iran.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind. Don't. Anyway, I read it.
Okay. You did read this one.
Yeah, I started reading. I didn't read the whole fucking thing. So
right. Okay.
I don't fucking like.
And then it was the tilt to the article that was a negative spin.
It was a negative spin. It was basically saying that this is why I don't talk about politics. I don't read the whole fucking article.
Right.
And so National Review. It was National
Review. Okay.
And it was just saying that podcasters shouldn't be talking about politics. Podcasters shouldn't be interviewing politicians. Podcasters.
Oh, wow. The remarkable idiocy. That's a pretty aggressive headline, man.
Well, he went head to head with this guy on Rogan.
Yeah, that got a lot of traction. That was a huge thing. Yeah.
And
that Douglas Murray, that was the guy, right?
The guy. The problem is Douglas. It's like Dave is. I mean, I always think of Dave as just a comic, a really smart comic.
Mm-hmm.
This guy Douglas Murray is not a comic. He's just a smart dude. So if you got to juggle 2 occupations, this guy just does 1 occupation.
Yeah.
So he's just. It's like you don't go head to head with a guy that knows how to fucking argue.
Well, I think he a lot of people thought I saw the response to that, and it was kind of the way most things go online these days, where there was a split amongst how people, like some people were 100% on Douglas's side, but I saw a lot of people
were pro Dave.
Yeah, a lot.
And by the way, Dave's holding his ground with a guy that's smart as shit. And Dave's smart as shit, but they just have different opinions. Yeah. And here's the weird thing is I was thinking about all this, like, all this is like, this business has gotten so bizarre, so crazy that you're like, that they're saying a guy like Dave shouldn't be talking about Iran and the US and Trump. He shouldn't even be talking about it. But then I was like, this is where I got kind of caught up. But when they hire like Don Lemon or, like one of those things, like, do they like, are they qualified? When you get hired as a news reporter,
right? Are
you like, because you get hired as like out of college, like I took journalism in college, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm not like, I just am good looking. I have a full head of hair and I have I have a hyphen in my name, Martinez Vivara. And they're like, oh, she's good. She'll fill that hole. Right. And then they hire her. And then she works her way up. She goes, yo, lose the hyphen. Let's just go to the fucking Today Show. And now she's just, and
well, I mean,
Brooklyn College and Louisiana State University. It's not, I mean, I'm very good at colleges, but it's not like, it's not like he's saying he's magna cum laude. It's not the smartest guy at college.
No. Typically for these people, what happens is you get local jobs first, right? You go small market.
Yeah.
And you're reporting on the parade in town.
And you get lucky with one thing.
Sometimes, yeah. And you progress, and then you go to a bigger market. It's like a step-by-step thing. And then sometimes you get on the national scale.
And then you get moved over and they're like, do you want to do weather? And you hold out. You're like, no. I want to do mornings.
Yeah.
And then you hold out and you get CNN. And then you are considered a qualified journalist because you got cast. I mean, you got cast. You don't earn it. There's no meritocracy in becoming a journalist. You get cast, correct?
Well, I don't know if there's no meritocracy.
I'm going to argue there's zero.
Zero?
Zero. You know what it is?
What?
Did people tune in? I mean, I guess that's the meritocracy right there. But it's not like a professional football player who earns his position, right?
Yeah.
It is, you get cast. You get cast.
Well, you definitely need higher up to be like, yes, you. It's an interesting time for business. Tariff and trade policies are dynamic, supply chain squeezed, and cash flow tighter than ever. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility from global shipments to tariff impacts to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite trusted by over 42,000 businesses. NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks, letting your teams stay strategic. NetSuite helps you know what's stuck, what it's costing you, and how to pivot fast. I know so many people at different types of businesses that can't tell you how much their life and their business changed when they find the right software to help them get ahead. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/bears. That's netsuite.com/bears. If you run an e-commerce business, you know packages don't arrive by magic. but it sure will feel like it if you use ShipStation. Last year alone, over 700 million orders were fulfilled with ShipStation. With ShipStation, you can sync orders from everywhere you sell into one dashboard and replace manual tasks with custom automations to reduce shipping errors, all at a fraction of the cost. You never need to upgrade. ShipStation grows with your business no matter how big it gets. Lead your business into the future with smart features and automations that boost efficiency and save you time. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers with discounts up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates. Seamlessly integrate with services and selling channels you already use and manage orders on one easy dashboard. Personally, I think that's the greatest component of this whole thing is you see everything in one place. You know what order is coming in, and you know which way is going out, you know where it's going, and you know which delivery service is taking it. During the time of this spot, another 1,400 packages were shipped with the help of ShipStation. Upgrade to a smoother shipping experience. Go to shipstation.com/cave to sign up for your free trial. No credit card or contract required, and you can cancel anytime. That's shipstation.com/cave.
It's that guy. And sometimes that higher up is the guy from Fox that making everyone suck his dick.
Right. That
right?
was awesome.
And
Roger
so,
Ailes.
Yeah. And so you're like,
over. Let me turn around again. Let me look at your ass.
But that's my problem is like, I'll say, let's just say, for argument's sake, 50% of newscasters, 50 are like 100% qualified. And then 50% have great teeth, have good hair.
No, you make a good point, actually. There's completely underqualified people reporting the news all the time.
Now I'm just talking about CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, the top ones, right? Fox News, MSNBC, those ones. Now, if we take that and trickle it all the way down to locals all around the country, dude, those numbers are going to be astoundingly different. It's going to be 90% are unqualified to speak on camera about anything policy related, and 10% are.
Well, you can see when they just sometimes they've gotten so lazy in interviews that you see the journalist is clearly just regurgitating what a producer told them, and they're not even well versed in the subject matter. They'll just go, how about this?
That producer doesn't even want to be producing news. No. The cameramen don't want to be shooting camera news. I know that because I've worked with guys that are like, thank God I got out of news, right? No one wants to be doing news. So you got a bunch of people phoning it in, and then you have people like Dave Smith, for argument's sake, who isn't phoning it in. He's doing the research. He's passionate about it. He loves it. Yeah. And you have people criticizing, saying he should shut the fuck up. He's a comic. And you're like, well, then what is our litmus here that we're going to argue who should talk and who shouldn't talk? Now, listen, I personally do not speak because I know I don't have anything positive to
I wouldn't
add.
say you don't speak. You speak quite a bit.
I'm speaking about stuff I'm qualified to talk about, and that's this. Like, I'm not going to tell you about Iran and Iraq, or you know what I mean.
Right. Where do you think we're having trouble right now?
It's the goddamn fucking Middle East, man.
Yeah.
It's always been our prize. This is the Middle East. My cheeks are the Middle East.
Right. They're
bumps. Red as fuck. There's bumps everywhere.
Yep.
You can't trust them. They wake. Sometimes you just fucking. It's. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready? Bert Kreischer's talking politics.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So, Iran.
It's probably better to go with Iran.
I ran 3 miles today.
There you go.
Iran. I did run 3 miles.
Great.
I ran, I swam, I did it all. I ran, Iraq, I ran. So Iran had enriched plutonium. And that means you're going to make nuclear arms. These are the only things I researched.
Yeah.
Google how many nuclear warheads every country has. Russia has the most.
Yeah, Russia went into like overdrive. Like as soon as they
there's an actual chart, 2 images, I'm sure. Oh, there it is. That's the chart. Countries with nuclear weapons. So like Pakistan is up there. India's up there. United Kingdom's close with Pakistan, which is ironic because I think they used to run Pakistan. China has got 500, which makes me sleep better at night. United States could have roughly 1,000 more, in my opinion. so that we're head to head with Russia?
Well, at one point, it was 10 times the amount.
And we started taking them apart?
Yeah, we started to reduce both Russia and the U.S. did. We had just crazy amounts of nukes, and it was basically a conjoined effort to reduce the amount that we had.
North Korea, are these nukes, this is a crazy question, are they locked and loaded, or they go like, well, we got to put it together, but then we could put it together and then send it?
That's a good question. I would think that some are ready to rock at any time. Yeah,
they're not like it's not like oh no, I have a folding table, but I got to go to the garage and get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not comfortable with North Korea, who's got 50, but how many did Iraq have? Iran.
Well, Iran doesn't have any.
Oh,
but
good.
the whole thing, the idea that has been thrown around at this point forever is that they're so close to having them, right?
Yeah, how many are they going to get? 10?
Well, we don't know, but
and you know where they're going to use them.
They were saying, like Israel was saying, like, oh, it's at different times in the last decade plus, they've been like, they're years away, they're months away, they're weeks away, they're days away. Like, it's just kind of this cycle of like, they're close. They're always talking about how close they are. And then, the U.S. also participates in that. And then most recently, our director of national intelligence said, yeah, they're not
the 22-year-old Gardner?
No.
Okay.
No. That's Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard's for real?
Is our director of national intelligence?
Fucking shout out to Tulsi.
Yeah, Tulsi is.
I didn't know that. I fucking love Tulsi. Keep going. I love Tulsi.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. If Tulsi said it, I'm cool.
She said they're not close, and then Trump said she's wrong, and then he went ahead and bombed these facilities because he was like they were so close to having these bombs.
Yeah.
And this is like not a new debate whether they're closed, but the idea now is that, he bombs those facilities and then he's like, and now is the time for peace. And it's like, you just bombed them. So, I mean, who knows what we're also.
But they never had one in the first place.
They did not have one.
It's almost like if your kids never had ice cream and you buy ice cream, but you drop it, they're not going to know what they missed.
And this is what the president should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, guys, they never had them in the first place. I just bombed them. Now they still never have them. We've completed it is kind of fucked up that he said it on Twitter and didn't tell his staff. He was like, just read my Twitter, guys.
Yeah.
3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, Isfahan. All planes are now outside the Iran airspace, and a full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary sites.
Mm-hmm.
All planes are safely on their way home. It's a great American warriors. There's not another military in the world that could have done this. Well, Russia probably could have done it. Now is the time for peace.
Yeah.
Thank you for your attention. There's matter.
I've never heard somebody do quite that. Like, we just bombed the shit out of a place. Now it's peacetime.
It's like coming back from a strip club covered in glitter going, I'm ready to settle down now.
Nobody else do anything. Because
I blew 5 loads in 5 different strippers.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Let's settle down. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm in favor. Obviously, we're talking about. I think everybody should be able to speak about anything they want.
I think so too.
So
I think 100%.
And also, I'm not against somebody who's so much more qualified.
Telling somebody to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, putting me in my place and say, like, you know what you're saying? Okay, then you get to say that.
I almost welcome it. I was called my dad.
Yeah, our dads.
My dad would fucking tell me, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're saying. And that's why I don't go speak wildly about things. Or, I have the I sort of sense he might still say that. There's a video clip of a friend. I won't say our friend, but a friend of ours.
Yeah.
A good friend. Not who everyone thinks is the one, but another one. And someone's like, says something to him and he just yells, "Free Palestine." My dad sent me that clip. He's like, I know you like this guy. I know this guy's a funny guy. Don't you fucking say a word about Palestine or Israel out loud ever. This is not in your goddamn league. You don't know what the fuck. You don't know what the fuck you're saying. You don't know a goddamn thing. So shut your fucking mouth. And I was like, thanks, Theo. Fucking one guy says one thing and my dad gets mad at me.
At you. That's so funny, dude.
No, I'll tell you what, where I get like really passionate.
Yeah.
Like this is where, like, because it applies to me. Did you see the hot air balloon crash?
I read about it. I didn't see it. I didn't see
Pull it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dude. And this is, I can speak with expertise on this. Hot air balloons are fucking sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just the crash.
Shit.
That's not, you don't want to be, that's
not good. No.
So wait, hold on.
So some people live though in that?
No.
No one lived?
No one lived. Hang on, you got to show the people dropping from the balloon.
Oh, cool, man. You're not usually this fun.
Hang on. People are.
So that's when it's starting to go sideways.
I don't know what.
Well, probably because we're on NBC site.
Yeah.
So they're not going to make. You got to go on like Twitter.
Go to the dark web.
If you go to Twitter, they're not going to edit anything. Go to X, excuse me.
So here's the thing I'll say about a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
It's like the first guy. I mean, I just listened to a podcast about the first guy to fucking go up in a hot air balloon.
The first guy?
First guy in like fucking France.
Okay.
And they were like, and he thought it was smoke that took the thing up because smoke rises. And smoke rises because it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
But he thought it was smoke, so we filled it with smoke. And he went up like 3,000 feet the very first time. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's
the very first time
really
he
high.
just fucking skyrocketed. And then he came down in the middle of a field. He was like, that's amazing. So they did a bunch of them. And then one time he got shut down because they were like, because right around World War I.
Oh, boy.
And they were like, this is German. He ends up dying.
On that?
In another one.
Oh.
But you couldn't, he tried to cross this is also, I listened to this podcast. This is how little I retain. He tried to cross the Bering, not the Bering Strait, the over to England.
Yeah.
And got out
channel
and British Channel, and then they pushed him back. So he was like, there's no way to fucking control this thing.
Yeah.
And that is the problem with hot air balloons. Okay. Is this guy's falling from it?
Holy shit, bro. Wow. So you're seeing people fall out of it?
I don't know how we're not, if there was a man running this, I'm joking. No, first of all, if you type hot air balloon, all you're going to see is everyone's terrifying experience in a hot air balloon. Hot air balloons, and this is Bert Kreischer, I've ridden a few, are fucking sketchy as fuck, okay? Tom, you have like fucking 5 propane tanks in there, and then you have a torch that just releases a fucking flamethrower's amount of flame into a huge balloon just. Have you ever sat at a restaurant too close to the heaters and your head starts to burn?
Yes.
It's like that times 100 in a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
You're sitting under a heater just. It's loud as fuck.
You've done it.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
Here's the sketchiest part. You can't steer it.
Right.
So you kind of hope that it goes where you want it to go.
I have seen one go into power lines before.
Power lines?
Yeah.
The first time I rode a hot air balloon, the guy goes, all right, this is going to be a sketchy landing because he can't pick where he lands. We landed in a bank parking lot.
Really?
There were cars driving around.
Would you do it again?
No, never in a million fucking years. I did the biggest day in the world of hot air balloons they have in New Mexico, and there's tons of accidents there. This isn't even the one. This is just hot air balloon accidents are all over
everywhere.
The fucking place.
Yeah.
It is the sketchiest form of air travel you can ever pick, and it is crazy. And when you do it, all that's in my feed are people in a hot air balloon because a lot of times they'll go get on the ground and brace for impact because they're coming in. You can't pick how slow you come in. I know there's a hot air balloon enthusiast listen to this who's outraged.
Yes,
but he knows I'm fucking right and he's wrong.
Well, he knows that. I'm assuming that like the more you kind of give that heat, right? So you're gonna slow down your descent.
Yes,
you start giving it.
So they feather it on the way down so that it's. But at a certain point, they got to land, and they got to land within an area. So when we landed in the bank parking lot, we went to land, and he goes, everyone on the hold on to the outside and jump off. So now you climb out, and your feet are on the outside. You're holding on, and he's coming in at like, let's just say, just for argument's sake, 7 miles an hour.
Okay.
Go to a treadmill, turn it on to 7. And then I want you to stand on the side, and then just jump on the treadmill with both feet and see how you fucking tumble.
So wait, that's how you jump. That's how you landed. You hang out the outside.
He had us because he's like, this is going to be bad. So just it's better for you to jump and roll
than to just sit in here and.
Dude, we're on Travel Channel. We're on Travel Channel with fucking people who are like, and so we had to jump out of the fucking hot air balloon.
How'd that feel?
Oh, it's fucking.
Did you skydive too?
Yeah, skydive twice. That's done. I mean, listen, I know that people are passionate about it. It's the fucking. It's not for me. It's not for me. And I'll say, I should just say, hot air balloons aren't for me, but they're not for me because I don't have a death wish.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like, and I know I'm probably going to get hate from the hot air balloon community. It's a pretty fucking wild, popular community.
Yeah.
But they have to agree there is a certain air of sketchiness about it.
Yeah.
In that you can't. It's first of all, I got to tell you, it's fucking crazy to be up. See how high hot air balloons go. To be up 5,000 feet and just looking at especially in New Mexico, and up with 7,000 feet. They go up to 7,000 feet.
Jesus Christ. Look at the altitude record. It's 68,000 feet. That's way.
Dude, type in Hot Air Balloon Festival in New Mexico. This is the one we did. And it's crazy because everyone's got their balloons laid out, right? And then they have to have their heat source kind of angled. So they're like,
oh my.
That's what we did. Now, do you know how fucking wild landings are? Is when you're in a fucking sea of hot air balloons.
Yeah, some people come in hot, right? You got it like, not everyone's.
Now, here's the crazy part is not as many people as you'd think die in hot air balloons, but people get hurt.
Yeah. When I was in a helicopter like a couple months ago, and I'm sitting up there with the guy. He's like, yeah, he's looking out. He's like, you always remember that you're always just a couple seconds away from dying. And I was like, yeah. And then he goes, yeah, birds, right? Birds are what's going to kill us. So just look out for any birds. I was like, yeah, dude, for sure. And then I go, when do you feel like at peace? And he's like, when we're back on the ground.
Look at this, Tom. This is it, Tom.
Oh.
Look, this is when it catches fire.
Oh my God.
And that's a guy holding on. Okay.
No.
And then that guy goes to hold on.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's not a fun fall either.
That guy's okay? The guy that fell? That's horrific.
That's that guy. What?
That's really crazy.
Who?
They survived this?
Hang on. 13 survivors?
That's insane, bro. That's the worst.
If you're telling me right now, I want to recant everything I just said. If you're telling me there's 13 survivors from this accident, then this is the safest way to travel in the air.
That's crazy.
If you're telling me 13 people survived.
Did you see the one survivor from the India?
Yeah.
What's 22 people were in that? Oh,
okay.
Like before it was
That's misleading. Like right when it started catching fire at 20 feet, they're like, hey, let's get out. And these guys are like, don't worry, we'll put it out. Is this them turning it on? Oh, let's see this.
No way.
Look at that. First of all, look at the flame, the heat source is just sketchy in my opinion. And all of a sudden, you just start going, and then you don't go, and then you go. I would jump right now.
I was going to say, this is just terrible, man.
Well, it sucks. It sucks for everyone, including.
Well, when did they jump? Really?
The fire started before this.
That's so fucked up, man. That is so fucking crazy. Wait, what's your look for the guy that survived the India crash?
Do we think it's real?
You think that's real?
Everyone died except for him, huh?
Everyone. Everyone.
Everyone died.
The person who survived the crash is Vishwa Kumar Ramesh. Okay.
He's got a couple scratches on him. That's tough.
Right. So hit that show more, if you would. So he was the only passenger to survive the Air India flight 171. He described his survival as a miracle, unable to fully explain how he made it out. He was seated in 11A, an exit row seat, which may
So he was really on the plane.
That's
like they have a ticket.
Yeah, they have the ticket. Yeah. Yeah.
If that's true, then I think I could survive a plane crash.
You think you could?
I got that energy.
That's insane. Yeah, I mean, I know it makes no sense.
I mean, it's like for real.
I mean,
like usually things like this are too good to be true.
I know.
And then you find out, no, he was just a guy on top of the building.
That's him in the moment right there, the one in the middle, the first row.
Yeah, he's walking.
In the middle. Yeah.
I mean,
that's like right after the crash.
Everyone else
dead,
was incinerated.
Yeah.
And he just was like,
I don't understand it either.
He just double dutched out of it.
Yeah. Well,
that's him.
Yeah.
He still has his drink in his hand.
And someone's like, I remember he's like, get the fuck off me. I remember that.
He's got his cell phone in his hand. I wonder if he was on his cell phone and take off, and that's what brought the plane down. He's in good shape. What can he possibly be upset about?
I don't know. People touching him. I don't know. He's got probably jet fuel burning on him, dude.
No, he doesn't.
No, he had burns to his face.
No, but it wasn't. Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like Travis Barker's plane crash where he survived, where they were on the ground. You know,
no.
Like they dropped from the sky.
Yeah, and
onto a building. Correct.
And everybody burned to nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the aftermath of that crash, dude.
I mean,
I don't understand it either.
It just. And so he was saying the 11A just opened up and he just stepped out of it.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, there is the story. Did you ever hear the story of the little girl who dropped out of an airplane into the Amazon?
Yes.
And lived there for like 70 days?
There's a few people that have fell like 30,000 feet.
Yeah.
And in their seat, like woke up, which is fucking nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
There's one woman, there's a flight attendant who the plane exploded and she was in the back of the plane and she landed on so apparently if you land on an incline, you live.
What do you mean?
Like if you can land on an incline, you can live.
Okay.
So she landed on an incline. So it kind of, she didn't like hit like solid. She kind of just went, so it kind of like, it's like landing on it's like dropping into a half pipe.
Yeah.
And so that's how one lady lived. I don't know how the girl in the Amazon lived.
Yeah, that story I've read. It's unbelievable. I think her parents are in that crash and died.
Yeah.
So she was the sole survivor of that family.
Oh.
Yeah.
We were in a helicopter one time and the guy said to me, the girl in there was terrified and she did mountain rescue in Denver. And I was like, you should be having fun. It's trip flip. Let me open some champagne. She goes, I lost 8 friends in a helicopter crash last week. And I was like, oh, wow. I go, that's crazy. I go, well, what are the odds that's going to happen 2 weeks in a row, right? She was like, huh? And she was like, it's just, all it takes is one screw.
Yeah.
One screw, and the whole thing goes to shit. I go, that's not true. It's got to be more complicated than that. And I go to the guy, I go, isn't that right, sir? And he goes, no, she's right. One screw and we go down. Like, oh, fuck. Thought there'd be more fail-safe than that.
Yeah, this is Julianne Kopek. I don't know how to say it. In 71, at the age of 17, she was the sole survivor of Lanza 508, which was struck by lightning and disintegrated over the Peruvian Amazon. She fell nearly 2 miles.
Holy shit.
While still strapped to her seat. That's right. After the crash, she spent 11 days alone in the jungle, battling injuries, hunger, and thirst before being rescued by lumberjacks. Her incredible survival story was the subject of documentaries, books, and films, including Wings of Hope. It happened on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve?
Yeah. Her and her mother were on a flight from Lima, and they were struck by lightning. The plane broke apart. It's so crazy. She plummeted nearly 2 miles. She managed to navigate the jungle for 11 days. She found a bag of sweets. Okay. Wow. It's
Can
just
I tell you, all I hear out of this is, so that you're telling me the explosion doesn't kill you?
I mean,
you're telling me everyone that's been in a plane crash their death happens on the floor.
Not all. It just depends on the circumstances of that crash. But this one is really crazy, man.
I've flown in some of the sketchiest planes in the world.
Yeah.
I flew on a plane in Tanzania where I said, will there be, I said to the lady up front, I said, will there be a bottle, like a service for drinks on the flight? And she was like, no. And I said, well, what if we have a fear of flying? She goes, you don't like flying? I said, no. And she goes, I would get yourself some beer and bring it on. And I was like, I can bring beer on the plane? And she goes, oh yeah. She goes, I wouldn't advertise it, but I would get some beers. And I said, how many could I bring on? And she goes, as many as you can carry. So I was like, okay. In my head, I'm like, I'm sitting in first class. It's going to be, it can't be that bad. I wish I had an actual picture of this. I wish I'd taken a picture of this. I went and I got 6 tall boys, like big ones, right? Put them in my backpack. And I get on the plane. We had to enter from the back of the plane. And as I walked up, I go to my seat, 1B, aisle seat, and all our luggage is netted in front of me.
Nice.
All of the luggage is in
for the whole plane.
For the whole plane is netted, just netted in front of me. And I went, oh my God.
How long is this flight?
I was Tanzania to Ethiopia or Tanzania to, I don't know, it was Tanzania to somewhere. It was fucking Africa.
Okay.
And I remember just being like, oh my, this is the worst flight I could ever. I had to have taken a picture of it. I'll see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll post it.
I've been on some of these.
Yes, you have.
Oh, yeah.
Your mom grew up on these.
No, I took a bunch of these. Like, flew to to the jungle, to Iquitos, and like to Pisco, and like all these places in like little puddle jumpers, man. Yeah, I've been on some shady ones for sure.
It's crazy to think that I thought the pop up here kills everybody.
Did I tell you about the time when we so my uncle in Peru set me up. He was like, do you want to go see the you ever heard of the they're called líneas de Nazca, the lines of Nazca? Mm-mm. If you put in the lines of Nazca, this is like a phenomena. They consider it. These are huge images that you can only see from the sky, whoa. Right? So there's like, this is like kind of like one of those things where they go, aliens did it.
And I thought they were jogging paths.
Well, if you're on the ground, you don't know that it's enormous, really? Right? So you wouldn't know that you're standing on that if you were on the ground. You wouldn't know that image is there. You can only see it from the sky, right? Because to see that on the ground, you'd be like, oh, it's a line, but you wouldn't know the entire layout of it, right? So from the sky, you see this monkey and the spider or whatever, all these images. So he's like, you want to go see the lines? I go, yeah. And my dad is in Peru, right? So he's down there visiting me when I'm down there. And he's like, do you want to come with? And he's like, yeah, I'd like to go see that. Yeah, sure. So they get a police plane, which is like 2 pilots and there's 4 seats in the back, I think. It was a small plane. They confiscated it from cartel people and they just like put, police on the side. And these are unbelievable, by the way, to see these. The best way to actually see them is in a chopper because then you can like hover. But we're in this plane and we go and we fly around. We're seeing them like that crazy bird. And because they don't actually have the explanation of like, here's who did this. So people theorize that it could be, however many thousands of years old. And, like I said, aliens did it or ancient tribal people did it. All that being said, then we're flying back and my dad's like, I need to pee. And I'm like, there's no bathroom on this plane. Well, I gotta go. And I'm like, okay. So I have to like tap the military the pilot's thing. I go, hey, my dad has to pee. And they're like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, Dad, didn't you go? He's like, I did go, but I got to go again. I'm like, he's got to pee. And they're like, they're like, okay. So they just find like an airstrip, just like an abandoned airstrip somewhere. And we land And my dad gets out with his fucking khakis and loafers and just pisses on the side. And then he's about to get back on, and they're like, hey, how about he grab one of those empty oil cans, unless he has to, since he might have to pee again.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Dad, grab that empty oil can. He's like, all right. And then, it gets back on. He goes, I mean, what am I doing? I gotta pee. I'm like, it's fucking A, man. This is humiliating.
Do you know what I got for my birthday that I should enjoy with you?
What?
Is it for Christmas? I have a ride in a ghetto bird. Like, you know how you do ride-alongs in cop cars? I got a ride-along in a helicopter, in a police helicopter.
That's awesome.
To follow like a high-speed chase or some shit.
That's awesome. You got that as a gift?
As a gift. And
from who?
From, I'm not going to say, but.
Wait, you can purchase this?
No. You got to, they got to allow it.
Right.
And it's just like a ride-along. You can't just buy it. You gotta, and so I get to take one person.
Dude, take me.
You would love it. I'm terrified. Do you know who flies? Have you got your pilot's license yet?
Mm-mm.
So do you know you remember Bare Naked Ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah.
The lead singer, Ed, he flies. They're on tour right now, and he flies city to city.
It's crazy.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That he goes.
I think it's the coolest too.
He does the show, spends the night, wakes up, takes his plane, flies to the next city. He loves flying.
Oh, clearly.
You'd like
him?
that? That's Ed. Bare Naked Pilot. And he posts them. And what's crazy is how much knowledge you have to be able to fly. He's like, we were supposed to go into Tango Raleigh NASCAR.
He flies solo?
He flies solo.
That's awesome.
He flies like everywhere, city to city.
That's really cool,
and it seems like he's like, we went into Kappa, Charlie, Lango, Tango.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even do the call letters.
Yeah. These are, by the way, much, like for danger stuff, much safer than a chopper.
Oh, these planes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would never fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
I have no interest in flying a helicopter. I don't understand the draw to a helicopter.
Well, the draw is accessibility.
What do you mean?
Like you can access so many more areas. Like a plane, you got to keep going.
Oh, a chopper, you can just
you can just hover anywhere. And yeah, you don't need an airstrip to get, you can just like, is there a parking lot there? Like I told you, I know two guys that in Austin who commute every day, 7 days a week when they're in Austin, only in their helicopters.
Really?
Yeah. Because the law in Austin is like, if it's private property and you allow it, then somebody can land there. So basically, like, if you were like, yeah, you can land in my yard, then I'd be like, I'm going to Bert's, and I could just fly in and land in your backyard. And so these guys do that, and they go to the fucking grocery store like this. Yeah.
They must live out like out in the sticks a little
They
bit.
live a little bit outside.
But it's not that bad if you have a helicopter to fly you in.
Yeah, these guys are like, they're like, I go to dinner in it. I go to the gym. Like the one guy told me, he goes, which was hilarious. He's like, every time I go to the gym, there's somebody like some person is like, excuse me, you can't land a helicopter here. And he's like, actually I can because I got permission from, this is private property. And then that person complaining calls the police. And so like cops show up and they're like, what's going on? And they're like, this fucking asshole just flew his helicopter here. And then the cops go and they're like, yeah, he has permission. And then they're like, oh. He's like, it happens like every time.
We were in a helicopter in Madison, Wisconsin, and we were up for trip flip. We flew in one once a week for trip flip. And we're going and we're going to land in the middle of a clearing. And in the middle of the woods in a clearing, that's where we're going to land and that's where we're going to take off from. It's beautiful. And then instead of having to hike, like 3 miles into the forest, we're going to land 3 miles inside the forest in a clearing. And the pilot had to be like 27. And he was like, all right, do me a favor. Look out the side. See if I have enough clearance for the tail. And I look back and I go, I think so. And he's like, you think so? I go, yeah, I mean, I guess. And he goes, all right, I think let's try it. No, and then my sound guy, John Sales, goes, you don't. Let's just say you don't. I'd rather hike 3 miles and see if you have clearance for your tail. And we were like, I was like, yeah, good call. What am I doing going?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I'm not qualified to tell you if you have clearance for your tail.
No. That's crazy that he's like, you're good?
Yeah.
Like,
tell me if I have enough clearance for my tail. And I'm like, I'm not the guy.
Yeah. When I did a lesson in one with a super experienced pilot, he had, I forget, 3,000 plus hours. He was like, oh yeah, last week I was in a different one. And we landed in this one field and we were practicing. So we would land and then I would take off, come around and then approach to land. We kept doing it. He was like, yeah, I did this last week and I landed too hard and the tail rotor just snapped in half. I was like, God.
So there are things that as a dad of young boys, you just can't do because they're dangerous and you don't want to, or do you just go? Because like I didn't have access to be able to take flying lessons or drive sports cars or drive a motorcycle or like I had kids, but I never had the opportunity.
I mean, I never felt like, oh my God, this is like, I didn't feel like this is so dangerous to do when I was doing it. You know, I personally like, I'm not going to do motorcycles, you know, it's just like not.
Yeah.
I don't have the desire though either. I do feel like they're more dangerous.
I mean, whatever.
Are you getting one?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You were riding one at the 5K.
Yeah.
Wait, you did get one?
Yeah. No, we're not. Can't talk about it.
Why?
Harley. Keep going.
She wants a Harley?
No. I got a Harley coming.
Okay.
I have two options. I'm test driving two, and then I get to pick one. And
you're gonna go around in it?
No, I'm gonna save it for like fucking Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. when no one's out, or fucking, you know, like when on a holiday when the fucking, or hope there's another pandemic and drive it a lot.
Didn't you learn on the show?
Yeah, I learned on Trip Flip, and it was fucking. It's such a crazy way to travel. I guess ultimately all of these are crazy ways to travel, and it's like, what's wrong with us that we can't just go like, I'll just get there? I don't know. What's more dangerous, flying a helicopter or driving in an Uber with some guy that you don't fucking know?
Some of those guys, it feels like the most dangerous thing I've ever done.
I'm not telling you the story about the screaming match I got into in my front yard with an Uber driver who talked sideways to Leanne.
Really?
Buddy, it's probably, I'll tell you, I woke up depressed that I let go, like I didn't have control over myself.
You guys were in it together?
No, no. He and I don't like. I'm praying to God that video never gets released to this because it started at the airport.
Wait, were you together though?
Me and Leanne and Kyle.
Okay.
And the guy just was like, "I'll do my own thing," you know. Like he just was like he was just a fucking dick. And there's a certain way that I said that I've hired you to do a job. I need you to do the job I would like the way it done. And he wouldn't do it. And I waited for fucking 30 minutes for him, which is not.
30 minutes for him, you mean to pick you up?
To pick me up.
Okay.
And then we didn't speak the whole ride. I didn't say a word. I didn't like berate him. I didn't say anything. I got really upset on the phone with him. Then when he came to get us, I just put my bags in. I just didn't say a word, silent the whole ride, got out of the car, grabbed my bag, walked inside, should be done. I told Leanne, make sure to tip him. I feel bad for raising my voice on the phone with him. And then he said something sideways to Leanne. And I walked out to go like, what's taking so long? I didn't know that he was like, kind of told her off. Told her, tell me off. Be a man and tell me off. And Kyle just goes, buddy, do not go out there. And I went, what's going on? And Leanne's like, that motherfucker just told me off. And I went, what? And he was starting to leave. And they had just hit the gate. And I was like, get out of the fucking car. Get out of the fucking car. And I was like screaming at him. Don't you fucking talk. I was screaming. I lost my cool. I was like, I told Kyle, I said, next time that happens, tackle me and just whisper in my ear, you can't fight. You don't know how to fight. You're going to lose this. But it's like rage overtakes you. And you're like, get the fuck out of the fucking car.
Yeah.
And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, what did I do? Like what? In my head, I was like, yeah, you know what? Is it worth it to get into a fist fight with it? By the way, he was older. If he was let's just say if it was a black guy, I probably wouldn't have done it. But like,
yeah.
He comes from one of those countries we're comfortable bombing and we feel like there's going to be no retribution. Sure. And so I think it's from Iran. And and I was like, we're already in war with them. I'll just keep it going from my side.
Sure.
And so I was like, it's crazy when a switch flips in your brain, you have no control over it.
Yeah.
And I'm so good at holding on to that switch. My whole fucking life, I am so good at towing the line. I'm good at going, everyone, calm down. This is not worth it.
Yeah.
But man,
and at certain times it just goes.
he said something to Leanne, and
what did he say?
You dumb.
No, he did not.
And he goes, I fuck you in my country.
No, he did not.
I chop your hands off. No, I don't know what he said. He said something like, Leanne went to give him the tip, and he goes, no. And then she goes, no, I insist. I apologize, or whatever. And then he grabbed the tip, and then he looked at Kyle, and he was like, she was the problem. She overreacted. You were not the problem. She was the. And Leanne didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. She was like, wait, I just tipped you. What the fuck? Why did I get thrown a fucking stray?
Yeah.
And then he said something else, I guess, and Leanne got livid.
Well, a lot of those guys are used to.
They're not big fan of women.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I've always enjoyed it when you talk shit about women in the car with them.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that driver in front of us, huh? I bet that's it. He was a woman. It's a woman.
Yeah.
That's why we don't let them drive in our country.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, man, you should pull over and tell her off. We've got guest bears coming up. We've got a couple more episodes we're going to do. We've got guest bears with us, but we got our summer bears, Stavros and Chrissy D.
And thank you guys for watching and listening. I know you're going to enjoy Stavi and Distefano.
Possibly more than us.
Not even possibly, for 100%.
More than us.
And just know that it's temporary, so enjoy it while you have it. See you soon.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.